Hey everybody, Kimberly here, and I've got a real treat for you today. I actually have a physical copy of the book of Dr. Steve Finn's latest and greatest 8 puzzle games that are solo games. There are some that you can actually play essentially side-by-side solitaire, but I want to get into the book and what it offers, but I've got all the links in the description below for the Kickstarter page. You can go and check out all those puzzles. But also you can download these when you purchase them so you do not have to wait for anything to be delivered to you, which is fantastic. So as you probably know, I'm a huge fan of Dr. Steve Finn. I have a lot of his games, and I have put a lot of his games on my channel. They are delightful. I would say my favorite of his is Biblios. Quill and Parchment is absolutely on the top 3 of my all-time favorite roll and write games. So I just love getting a delightful treat from him. So there are 5 strategy games, and then there are 3 word puzzle games in this Dr. Finn's book of solo strategy and word games. They're all listed right here, the 8 of them. And when you get this book, you're essentially getting everything you need to play the game in multiple iterations. So it's kind of fantastic. Here's our table of contents. They give you the rules, and then they tell you exactly, they give you all the sheets of paper to play on. So you can tear the sheets out of this book. You can photocopy them. You can just play inside of the book. But for example, Cosmic Run Mission 1, you need 4 dice. And so I've got my 4 dice I just pulled from my die bag. And then I've got my pencil right here. And it's going to say, here you go, game overview. You are going to have alternating turns between you and the alien who are racing to the planets. The game ends when all the planets have been reached, and there is a handy-dandy how to play video right there on that QR. So let me move this over here so we can see the other side of that page. So moving ships, clarifications on moving ships, clarifications again using ally powers. Ally powers, aliens turn, reaching planets, and then game end and scoring. This is the only solo game in the book. Everything else can be played and shared with other players as you roll collected dice in the center. So this is clearly the very first and most in-depth solo of the games. But they all are going to take you 15 to 20 minutes to play, essentially. Now here's the cool thing in the book. You get all of these sheets. It's the same sheet, but it's just printed on one side to prevent bleed through. And it's just like printing from the computer. This is your PDF paper of your sheet that you get to use to play. And then it goes on to the next one. So the cool thing about this is, again, there are 8 games in this book, and this Kickstarter campaign is up right now. I want to walk you through just this right here. So Pen Pals, this is going to be the overview I'm using from the website. Uses fences to build pens for the animals, trying to group them and their water in the best way. The mechanics for Pen Pals is area enclosure and set collection. Then we move on to our next one. Oh, and look at this. This is going to be that sheet for the animals. And when you roll your die, it's going to be odd or even, and you're going to be placing that fence, building fences to group the same animals or different animals that are going to be different. And of course, they need water buckets to drink from. Really, really important. Here's our next one, word wrap. Word wrap is, it says wrap letters inside polyomino shapes and use those letters to slowly build a variety of words. A really fascinating play on word finds. The mechanics here, word building, polyomino, and then push your luck. Because you're going to be placing letters into your word spaces down here in pieces, trying to spell out words. But what you capture is going to be based on the die that you roll. So it's really, really fascinating. And these are going to be the player sheets. So again, you've got all those player sheets. Now I will say, I'm going to be taking this on an upcoming trip. I'm going to be traveling for quite a bit of time. This is a nice slim book with 8 different games that I will play that I can probably play with my husband side by side, or I can just pass him the book and then he can play after me. So now we've got the next one, which is My Perfect City. This is going to be a nice little Civ game, right? Plan and construct your ideal city while fulfilling zoning requirements, mechanics, tile placement, polyomino, multiple scoring criteria. And you can see the classic tropes or the classic, symbols of your city. You've got government buildings, banks, parks, houses, apartments, and empty lots. And then you've got your scoring example right here, and then all your player sheets following. So I just want to go through the examples here, or what they are. So you've got crunch the numbers, fill 3 grids of numbers so the rows and columns meet as many objectives as possible, mechanics, number puzzle, abstract, dice manipulation. We did, spell it out. This is word building and crossword. You spell your random letter one at a time to create a complete puzzle of legitimate words. The Little Flower Shop, and this is going to be a micro game open for business. Stock all your shelves with flowers and knickknacks to sell to your customers at just the right time. Mechanics, set collection, push your luck, buying and selling. And then we talked about all the other ones. We have leftover letters. Cross out random letters in a grid of letters and find words in what remains. You obviously can pick out those word games that are all right here, those 3 at the end. This has mechanics of word building and anagramming. Really, really cool and clever. I love the way this works. It's just so easy. You're going to see here, there's our leftover letters, and everyone has that how to play video. Everyone has those sheets. There's our Little Flower Shop open for business, and you've got your dice here, and the max is going to be 4 dice needed. Some of them require fewer dice. Here's the spell it out, has that nice classic crossword look, and tells you exactly what you need and how many turns to go. There's that player sheet. And then of course the last one here is crunch the numbers, and you've got this here. Really, really, really cool. These are fun. These are fast, and you can play them multiple times. You do not have to just play them once. And if you don't want to mar your book, you want to keep it intact, just photocopy those pages. And if you need something in a smaller amount of space, you can simply just tear those sheets out. This is just like playing a print and play, but you get the book version, or you can get those PDFs and then print them out yourself. This is delightful. This is fun, and I am definitely packing this for my trip as I'm heading out this summer. All I need are just some dice, which I can carry in my bag or my purse, and then a pencil, and I am ready to go. Dynamite shift from Dr. Steve Finn, as opposed to printing games that require boxes and components and pieces. He has moved to essentially just these print and plays, these online platforms to essentially get you those fantastic games and the designs that he's made in an accessible, affordable fashion. I think it's a really, really great shift, a really great move. And I couldn't be happier with this book. So excited to get this going, so excited to continue playing these games, and then sharing what he's got in the future with you. All right, folks, that's going to be it for me this time. I'll see you later.